What's up? What's up? So today I want to go into my 6 Amazon things that every beginner breeder needs. These things range from really beginner, intermediate to advanced. It's just I feel like the beginner breeders are the ones that are going to benefit the most from this video. So I also have 2 honorable mention things, and they're not necessarily breeding equipment or breeding tools, but they're tools that also have increased my efficiency as far as being a breeder and being an entrepreneur. Alright, so I get asked by a lot of people through my videos, through Instagram, Facebook. When they see my videos, they see certain things in the background. They say, hey, where'd you get that from? A lot of times, I don't even remember. But I do know I got them on Amazon, or my wife got them on Amazon. So I went around the house. I decided to start looking up some things that I feel like every beginner breeder or intermediate breeder will probably need in their kennel program. The first thing is, so the first thing is 70% rubbing alcohol. Any of y'all that have watched my other videos know I learned the hard way not to use diluted bleach. I learned not to use Oban, all them other chemical cleaners I decided to stay away from, and decided to gear more towards antibacterial soap and 70% rubbing alcohol. Now the antibacterial soap, most of y'all can get from pretty much anywhere. The 70% rubbing alcohol, y'all can pretty much get from anywhere also. But the thing with the rubbing alcohol is the quantity. So when you buy it on Amazon, I buy it in quantities of 4 gallons. So when I buy it like that, I could just put in a spray bottle, spray it wherever I need it, refill the bottle whenever I need to, as opposed to having to go buy them little small bottles. I think they like a quart or a pint, something like that, at the dollar store. So the next thing is a tube feeding kit. It's very simple to do it, but you have to be very careful if you decide to do it. I recommend getting on YouTube and watching some videos if you decide to buy the kit. I keep the kits on hand. They like first aid kits for me. Every litter we buy a new set. Now my advanced breeders probably already know about this. My intermediate breeders might be kind of getting wind to this. But if you have puppies that are struggling and they're not drinking off the bottle, the best way to get that nutrition inside their belly is a tube feeding kit if you haven't already taken them to the vet. Now, the tube feeding kit, you have to be very careful because you don't want to get the tube in their lungs or whatnot. It's plenty of videos. I'll probably link to some of them on here. And the videos go in depth of how to get the tube directly to their stomach gently and what to put in their stomach. So the next thing is Safeguard Dewormer. Now, this particular wormer is actually a cattle dewormer, but you can use it in quantity small enough that it's still safe for puppies and still safe for adult dogs. I think the quantity I use is 0.2 milliliters per pound. The next thing is a small blender. Now, some of y'all might use the bullet or something like that. Some of y'all might just be stirring it up by hand. When my puppies are transitioning off of weaning off the mother from that 3.5 week on up to 5 week time frame, I like to mix their food up to make sure it's nice and soft. I call it puppy oatmeal. So typically what I would do is once they are off of milk and onto some type of harder food, I would take probably half kibble, half raw meat. I'll put the supplements in there, which it depends on what that litter needs. And I want it to be a oatmeal consistency or slightly thinner than an oatmeal consistency, depending on how old the puppies are and how well they eat. All right, so next thing is these stackable cages. Now, I don't use them for the stacking feature on them or whatnot. I just like the drop cage ability. They are pretty good cages. I done had mine probably for a couple years now, and they hold up pretty well as long as you put them together right. That's one thing I learned the hard way. I had to end up taking it apart because I had one piece that was the wrong direction. So make sure you properly read all the instructions and all that so you can put it together the right way so it lasts the length that it's supposed to last. But they're great cages. I've never had a dog get out of them. The only thing I don't really like about the cages is when your dogs get bigger, if you don't just do micros, exotics, and pockets, they're eventually going to grow out of this cage. I'm sure they make some larger ones, and you can also pull a divider out of them to make a bigger cage. But for me, it's just the cage itself. If I had a dog any larger, I couldn't fit it in there. All right, the next thing is a photo booth. So the thing I love about the photo booth is you can control the lighting. And if y'all are familiar with photography or whatnot, you know that lighting and angles are the most important things. So being able to control those factors or whatever will make your puppies look significantly better in the pictures. I plan on doing a full video on how I get my puppy pictures and how I get my adult dog pictures, so y'all can understand the process of that. So I told y'all I had 2 honorable mention things, and these 2 things are not necessarily breeder specific type things, but they're 2 things that have definitely helped my efficiency in the business. The first thing is this portable money counter. Now, if you deal with cash or money, something like that, the best way to get your money and get back home is to have something that can count that money as fast as possible. Now, I still like counting my money by hand before I take it to the bank and deposit it, but when I'm on somebody's property, the goal is to get off that property as soon as possible. So having a little money counter right there to take that, put that money through there is perfect. So the next thing is this little tablet. So the thing about this tablet is I can write my notes in here and they go directly to my phone. So this tablet is especially good for anybody that has information they want to jot down real quick and they're not the best at trying to put it on through a phone and text it. You know, I know a lot of people that are on the road a lot of times don't want to look down to text on the phone, but you can write by hand and more instinctively than you can typing. This is one of those things that's real good. It's also good for me because as I submit stuff to my patent attorney, I can scribble up a document and have him put it into a figure for me and then submit it to the patent office. Anything that can cut down time and improve my efficiency is something that is worth spending money for me, because time is the one thing you can't get back. I know for sure the puppy drop cages is something that a lot of people have asked about, and I finally found a link. So I'll be sure to put that in the next video. And I appreciate everybody for watching and tuning in. If you would, please subscribe, hit the bell, and hit that like button so I can keep producing videos like this for y'all. Puppies are gonna see within the first, it's very is Cux. That's a great dewormer for Coccidia. But it's got a few special secret to it. So I'll probably do and then I think it's a week time frame. You trying to get them